In the shadow of Mount Fuji, where ancient earth meets the whispers of sorrow, lies Aokigahara, a forest known as the Sea of Trees, a place where natural beauty and unspeakable tragedy entwine. Beneath a canopy of gnarled, centuries-old trees and atop a volcanic rock floor that soaks up every sound, a quiet loneliness prevails. It is here that our story unfolds, a journey guarded by secrets and watched over by the lost. Nobu, a reserved wanderer with eyes that seemed to carry the weight of unspoken memories, felt an irresistible pull toward the forest. He had heard the murmurs, tales of forlorn souls and apparitions that roamed like drifting shadows amid the silent boughs. With little more than a worn journal and an old camera, he embarked on his solitary pilgrimage, hoping both to capture the mysterious beauty of Aokigahara and to uncover the stories hidden within its depths. The day Nobu entered the forest, a fine mist hugged the ground, and the sunlight filtered weakly through tangled branches. Each step on the porous volcanic rock sent vibrations that resonated like the beat of a distant drum, marking his passage over a surface that seemed to remember every sorrowful goodbye. Along the narrow, winding paths, he noticed subtle signs left by those who had come before. A red ribbon tied around a twisted root here, an errant scrap of paper there, and each relic whispered a tale of a soul burdened by despair. As the forest thickened, a profound silence took over, one so complete that Nobu's own heartbeat became the loudest sound. The stillness was occasionally broken by soft, indistinguishable murmurs, as if the wind carried voices from another realm. With each step deeper into the labyrinth of nature, reality began to blur. Shadows, cast by the skeletal limbs of ancient trees, played tricks on his eyes, momentarily morphing into delicate shapes that resembled human figures. For a brief, chilling moment, he thought he saw the flicker of a face, a sorrowful visage laden with regret, vanishing as quickly as it had appeared. In the throes of twilight, while navigating a particularly narrow trail, Nobu encountered a figure that defied explanation. There, standing by a moss-draped rock near a shallow, murmuring stream, was a woman clad in the style of a bygone era. Her kimono, though tattered and faded, swayed as if moved by an unseen tide. Her eyes, deep and mournful, locked with Nobu's, and in that moment, it was as if the forest revealed a story too painful for words. The apparition did not speak aloud. Instead, her silence conveyed centuries of loss and a longing to be remembered. As Nobu followed the spectral figure deeper into the woods, the boundary between the physical and the ethereal dissolved. The forest around him transformed. The trees seemed to lean inward, their gnarled branches intertwining like the fingers of a long-forgotten memory. A ghostly chorus emerged from the rustle of leaves and the whisper of the wind, a multitude of voices sharing a symphony of grief. Each whisper carried fragments of untold stories. Lives marred by despair, dreams left unfulfilled, the bitter loneliness of those unable to escape the pull of fate. The air itself grew heavy, punctuated by the bittersweet aroma of wet earth and decaying foliage, as if the forest was mourning its own ancient wounds. In a clearing where the remnants of a small stone shrine lay buried under vines, Nobu discovered cryptic carvings. The chiseled symbols depicted scenes of agony and quiet resignation, evidence of a forgotten ritual meant to honor those cast aside by society. The shrine, though crumbling with the passage of time, seemed to pulsate with an energy born of countless sorrows, a silent memorial for those who had wandered into the eternal twilight. As Nobu's fingertips brushed against the cold, rough stone, images flashed before him. The final moments of desperate hearts, lives overwhelmed by isolation, and a yearning to be free of an unbearable burden. Time became a fickle companion as darkness settled. Nobu's every sense was heightened by the palpable presence of lost souls. The spectral woman reappeared, this time closer, her translucent form bathed in a faint, ghostly luminescence. She led him along a hidden trail, the path winding unpredictably beneath towering trees, whose branches seemed to arch in a protective yet mournful embrace. Beside the trail, remnants of personal belongings, a small, delicate doll, a couple of worn-out shoes, a weathered diary, spoke volumes of the lives that had ended here, their final chapters written in solitude. With each passing moment, the forest revealed its dual nature. There was a strange, almost mesmerizing beauty in the way the dim twilight painted everything with melancholic hues. Yet in every shadow lurked an undercurrent of despair, a reminder that beyond the exquisite silence, tragedy had once taken form and continued to haunt the living. Nobu's footsteps faltered as he felt the weight of unseen eyes tracking his every move. The spectral voices of those who had succumbed to their inner darkness seemed to rise and fall like a perpetual tide, echoing through the hollows of the ancient trees. At the heart of Aokigahara, where the forest thickened like a living, breathing entity, Nobu reached a clearing shrouded in an eerie, spectral glow. Here, the apparition of the woman merged with a procession of other vague, transient figures, each one an embodiment of sorrow, regret, or unresolved pain. The air pulsed with an energy that was both unnerving and profoundly touching, as if the forest itself was reliving every heartbreak that had ever been etched upon its bark. In that surreal convergence, time itself seemed to unravel, and Nobu found himself suspended between two worlds. One of the living, where hope still dared to shine, and one of the lost, where every heartbeat was a tribute to unfinished tales. In that final moment of apparent eternity, the spectral figures began to fade with the emerging light of a reluctant dawn. Nobu staggered from the clearing, his heart heavy and his mind overwhelmed by the profound sorrow he had witnessed. The forest had revealed its legacy to him, a chilling mosaic of life, loss, and the undying echoes of those who had once hoped for solace. Though he escaped the physical confines of Aokigahara, a part of him remained forever tethered to its haunting beauty and the whispers of lost souls. Every step Nobu took away from the forest served as a reminder. Aokigahara was not merely a place of tragic endings, but also a silent testament to the complex, often painful interplay between beauty and despair. The forest remains there, waiting and watching, its ancient boughs harboring the secrets of countless hearts that dared to wander too deep into the shadows. For those willing to listen, even on the clearest of nights, the soft murmur of voices lingers, a timeless ode to the endurance of human sorrow and the profound mystery of existence. Even as the world outside stirs with the mundane rhythms of daily life, the echoes from within Aokigahara continue to captivate and unsettle. In every whispered breeze and shifting shadow lies a fragment of a story, a glimpse into a realm where sorrow meets beauty and the past remains etched into the soul of the land. What other forgotten legends or hidden places might hold secrets as deep and haunting as those of Aokigahara? The world is vast, and every corner conceals an untold narrative waiting for one brave enough to listen.